Hi, I'm Jeannie. I'm Jeannie from A Jeanne in the Kitchen, my food blog. Today is my first debut of YouTube, and I'm going to make something very simple, very easy, not for you, but for me, because this is my first. We're going to do some fish and chips. Just some beer battered fish and chips, fry it up, yum. So we're starting off with, I get my basic ingredients and recipes from cookbooks, numerous cookbooks, but I change things and vary things all the time and make them my own. So our ingredients that we have here, obviously I have some cod. There's only 2 of us, so we're only going to have 2 pieces of cod. I have garlic, a little bit of beer, any beer will do, baking powder, salt, pepper, lemon pepper, and flour. That's all we have, and then we're going to batter it up nice and fluffy, and fry it up. And in the hot oil, we're actually using canola oil instead of olive oil because canola oil has a lower smoke point and won't burn as quickly. So the oil is heating up. We're going to get this all ready to go. It's easy peasy and simple, and we'll go from there. So because I'm only doing it for 2, I'm doing a half of a recipe. Normally you would do a cup of flour. I'm going to do a half a cup of flour. Heaping is fine. Half a cup of flour. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. We're just going to mix it all in together. Half a teaspoon each of salt and pepper and lemon pepper. You don't want it to be too salty or too peppery. And if you have a little more, if you have a little less, it's okay. We're not baking. Baking is the exact science, cooking not so much. So if you have a little more, a little left, it's okay. All right. So we have our flour mixture. This is our big mixture that we're going to batter everything up with, and we're just going to stir it all up so everything is evenly distributed. Crack open an egg, mix that in. And about a half of this beer. So this is an 8-ounce beer. Normally it would be about a cup of beer. I'm going to put in about a half of that, about 4 ounces. So it's going to froth up. We're going to mix all that in together. You can use a whisk. Mix it all in. This is your batter. You want to make sure you get all the lumps out. Everything is all mixed up. And I'm going to put in about a half a tablespoon of garlic. Half a tablespoon of garlic. Mix it all in. And then we're going to coat our fish. Our oil should be about hot enough. You want it at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 180 degrees Celsius. So that's all we need to do. We take our fish. Yes, I washed my hands beforehand. So we're just going to coat it in. Make sure you get a nice good coating on it. And then we'll put it in the oil nice and carefully. And we'll let it cook. Depending on the size of the fish, the size of the thickness of it will determine how long you're going to cook it. We have more, we can do more fish, but that's all we have. So I just have to wash my hands real quick. All right. So these cod pieces are about a ½ an inch thick. They should take probably about 3 or 4 minutes per side to cook. If they were thicker, you would take them a little bit, you would cook them longer. What you're looking for is you want the fish to be, the oil is nice and hot. So we're cooking it up, and again, it's like I said, about 3 minutes per side, 4 minutes per side. It really just depends on the thickness of the fish. You will know when the fish is done. It will be nice and white and opaque, and that will tell you that it's cooked thoroughly. If it's still kind of translucent, kind of clear, it still has more time to cook. It's nice and brown and golden. It's not burnt, and I just flipped over the other piece. And we're going to cook it for about another 3 minutes on that side, something like that, until it's golden brown and crispy all the way through. Adding the beer is going to make it nice and fluffy, and it's going to give it like a nice, bready, tender, crunchy casing outside. And that's what we want. Some people use panko crumbs. You can do that too. Same basic method. And I'm doing a traditional British dinner. I'm half Australian. My dad was an Aussie. Fish and chips all the way. So that's what we are doing tonight. We're doing fish and chips and peas. But the Aussie in me, not the British in me, I don't like mushy peas. So they're just going to be regular peas. And we got our French fries cooking. So we've got our fries, our peas, our fish. And it'll be a traditional fish and chip dinner. My fish is done. I'm just going to put it on a paper towel so it absorbs all the extra grease. And the fish and chips is done. Doesn't that look nice? Golden brown, crispy, light, fluffy. Yum. All right. Our French fries are done. We just need to toss them in some salt, and we like garlic fries. We like garlic, so we're just going to toss them in a bowl with some salt and some parsley and a little garlic. You want to do this when they're still nice and hot, so everything will kind of stick. And you're not measuring because the garlic is just adding color. So the salt depends on how salty you like it. And a little garlic, and then we're just going to toss it up. About a tablespoon, something like that, and just mix it up. Those look good. They're nice and tossed. And our peas should be done, and I think we're going to serve it up. We have fish and chips, we have French fries with the garlic, and we have some peas. Like I said, no mushy peas. And like my mentor and idol, Julia Childs, a glass of wine for the cook, a glass of wine for the dish. Bon appetit, enjoy, and thank you very much. This has been Jeannie from A Jeanne in the Kitchen. If you like what you see, I have a food blog called A Jeanne in the Kitchen, and you can find me at ajeanneInthekitchen.com. And I hope to see you soon. Cheers!